Frank trying to make it 3-0. Couldn't quite find something in the box. Almost cleared and now sent to the floor is Riley Keeney. She's tripped out. Free kick coming for the Rattlers. And why not find a third goal here? Still close to 15 minutes to do it. So certainly there will be more chances. Sub waiting for Oklahoma Christian. That's Marcela Dantas, who's going to come in at the next opportunity. Copeland. Good foot here. Okiki off her head. Some loose change. Whitaker. And it's stifled by Goddard, who clogs this up. Corner coming, and you know who will take it. Leah. Almost an incredible finish. Copeland on the initial centering opportunity. Conciene picked up the foul to give us that free boot. That was the second foul for Oklahoma Christian. We have 4. Whitaker, our fourth corner. It's a good one. And over a Rattler head got Olsen on the initial clearance opportunity. And she almost finds a way to get it into the nets. Dantas going to come on, and off for the Eagles is Izzy Brazil. Wow. 13:29 still to go first half. Pressure ratcheted up, and you definitely got to credit this second line for the Rattlers. A lot of energy off the bench, and I know Quirwin before the game today very excited with the energy, the motivation that his team has had since the golden goal by Whitaker. That's the kind of goal that can really jumpstart your season. Second conference win now in sight for the Rattlers, and momentum returning for this club that is going to take a short break from being at home, but you won't have to wait too long to catch the ladies here at Sigma Beta Chi Field again. Conciene created an opportunity, but Hazel does sky it. They've had a few of those here today, these Eagles. Nothing really cleanly on frame, but opportunities at least that they have mostly missed high. And Goddard, she will boot it loose, or pardon, Longford will boot it loose. Goddard's taken plenty more goal kicks there. I got confused on that. Whitaker challenging Okiki. Ball out. The sub coming on for St. Mary's. Victoria Villasenor for Gabby Olsen here. Okiki scoops this up middle of the field. Touches it back, lasered forward, Bachelet. And poked it forward toward Taylor Rack, who's also come on here for St. Mary's. Rack, physical play here. Ends up sending an eagle down to the parquet, and the Oklahoma Christian side will boot this forward. St. Mary's, Oklahoma Christian, a hard-fought first half. A goal about 6 minutes in and a goal about 30 minutes in to make this a 2-0 ball game, but don't count the Eagles out yet. Club could certainly come back from this. Third goal would probably put it out of reach. Longford easy enough on the scoop. Longford boots it out. Touched out of the air by Von Holly. Piercy steps in front. Wants Frank. Turns around for it. Serena. Oh, wonderful find. That's Rick. Extra pass. And it's chipped over the net. Oh, Von Holly right there in front of the goal. And it looks like she was off. So the skyward finish doesn't really matter. I had a feeling she might be. Rec might have been able to take that herself, made the extra pass, saw the open player. Just could not quite make it happen, though. And I wonder if indeed she was called off. I'll have to double check on that. Looks like that was actually on. But the goal kick does go out for Oklahoma Christian. So that was not offsides. Ultimately, it was on and just a miss on the shot by Von Holly. Katarina Ribeiro and Emily Brackett now on for Mary Olmos and Carson Hazel for Oklahoma Christian. Clearance here by Keeney. Oklahoma Christian pushing forward with it, though, with 9 to go first half. Eagles jar it in. Rattlers trying to get it out. Piercy might be able to spring something quickly to Frank. Try to touch it around to closing Friedenblum. Still with the Rattlers. Frank, sent to the grass there. Hard tackle. Comes from Friedenblum. And again, Frank is asking where the call was, but did look like Friedenblum was challenging for the ball there. Quickly to Piercy. Center in the middle of the box. Seeing what happened. Good idea by Villasenor, but hammered out by the Eagle attack. Or point the Eagle defense. Played back through Copeland. Bachelet. And closing down quickly Marine. Rack somehow works their way past an Eagle defender. Slots it. Von Holly. Touch back. Smith. Helps to swing it far side. Williams. Gets it to Villasenor. Piercy. To Villasenor. Into space in the corner. Can Piercy catch up? No, she can't. Good pressure here from the Rattlers. Trying to connect a couple of passes. And hungry for extra insurance. I'll tell you, I insure everything I own. Even my car. So I would love that third goal. Put this one out of reach early. Frank takes a dart there to the head. Goes back to Goddard. Comes out to Klein. Loft loose. Rattlers trying to get it under control. Von Holly. Middle of the field bottled. Touch forward. Looks dangerous here. Karina Marine chased to the corner. Tries to work her way past Copeland. Rattlers making this very difficult. And finally, the chirping noise comes out. That was right on the edge of the box. And was it in the box? Looks like they'll say just outside by a centimeter. And Conciene will have an interesting angle side of the box, but certainly right on the edge here, this will look dangerous. Goal before the buzzer could really steal some momentum back for Oklahoma Christian. Rattlers facing a tough test here. Conciene plays it short. Okiki on the ground. Rattlers clogging this up like a wooden shoe in a shower drain and able to get it out. Dangerous. And just able to turn it away. Oklahoma Christian maybe thought there was a hand on that. Their head coach Anderson, none too pleased right now. St. Mary's going to the substitution game. Mackenzie Rich on. And Tyann Piercy off. Played it short. No, Kiki tried to slither it through. Turned back by the Rattlers. Now after the defensive heart palpitations, time to get a more regular rhythm here. Busted out toward Frank. They find Conciene. She's the creator. Nothing to do here. Rattlers quickly take it away. Smith got the foot on it. Have to fight it toward Frank. Conciene got to it. Everybody stuck in the fishbowl. Okiki trying to find a river for it. Conciene gets it in a canoe. Rattlers poking holes in the boat. Back to Okiki. Okiki tries her luck. Turned back by Copeland. Chip toward Conciene. Friedenblum off of her boot and out. 4 1/4 still to go first half. We will go to our stats machine, get the totals, get a carbon copy, bring them to you live when we start the second half after a 15-minute break here on the Rattler Athletic Network as well as KSAT 12 ABC. Don't go anywhere. Second half going to be as exciting as the first. Williams out of the back, disrupted rudely. And the Rattlers will take the throw. See if we can push it again toward Frank and rack up top. Joining them is Mackenzie Rich. She's on the near side, closest to the ball. Off a bounce. Again, Oklahoma Christian wanted a hand. Eagles take it away. Trying to get it out. Go through Dantas. And then Ribeiro. In the middle, Conciene. Putter. Dantas. Inching it forward. Copeland ahead on it. Chance to break loose. Van Halle. Getting it forward. Wanted Rich, perhaps. Goes outside. Out of the oxygen bar. Disrupting Williams. She curls it out. 2:45 to go first half. Oklahoma Christian, they have had their chances. Not a ton that's been clean. Got them for 1 shot on goal here, 4 for the Rattlers, but they do have 7 total shots in the game, a dozen for the Rattlers, that's that 12. 6 fouls St. Mary's, 4 corners, against 2 fouls, 1 corner for the Eagles. Rattlers have been caught offside thrice, that's 3 times. Frank pressuring. Chip forward, finds nothing. Rattlers. Rack over her own head, found Bachelet. Played back through the back line. Keeney tries her luck forward, bounce back toward Frank. Got it here toward Van Halle to Frank with the left foot, and it's grabbed by the mitts of Goddard. Well, Frank.
Test 1, 2, testing. Hopefully people can hear good things. That would always be good. Makes life a little bit easier. 8-7. One side. The other side, you get 14 wins on the board. That's pretty good in 21 matches. Makes life a little bit easier. Guys are working. Let Richie know he's got the phone up there, and he's trying to be good. Keep going. Okay. Text me if it's working. I gotta love that McDonald right side. That's so much fun. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad, you guys. I don't have as many good jokes, and my puns are not up to snuff with our other fella that's doing some soccer today. Got to keep an eye on that score. I don't remember what it was. That would be important to be able to have. That's probably good for me right there. I don't know if you guys want some more. I see levels. That's the good news. Hopefully that helps make everybody's life at least a little bit easier. I forgot to. Hey, Richie, if you can hear me, by the way, I would love the password for your internet, if that's possible to get onto, because I don't have it. But yeah, should be good today. I like this. I like we got nice little crowds in the middle, people filing in a little bit. Richie and Chad's hard work is going good. It's cool. and win on Friday night. Got a sweep over Eastern New Mexico and then lost to West Texas A&M on Saturday in a 5-set thriller. And the Rattlers have been trying to bounce back. They did that last night, but their head coach, Stephanie Armstrong, has been preaching the mindset has to change. They have to be sharp. They have to be strong. That'll be the task at hand here tonight as these two teams meet for the 48th time in program history. Rattlers do have the edge 29-18 with a series that began in 1988. Two teams in the 90s jumped up and became Division II officially in their side. Again, the Rattlers in the white jerseys. They'll be off to our right as you are watching at home. Blue jerseys for the Javelinas of Texas A&M Kingsville, as these two teams meet on the court for the first time as members of the same conference, the Lone Star Conference, second season now or second time these two teams have faced each other, but the first time in program history as members of the same league. Julia Diaz subs out. Catherine Cruz will be in as the Rattlers getting everybody lined up. They will have the serve as Haley Bradfoot set to get things underway. Good crowd here has made their way out. Soccer's going on at last check, 2-0. They were up. We'll continue to try to keep you posted. Take a look around the league momentarily. But here we go as Haley Bradfoot set to put it underway. And here we go from San Antonio at Bill Greehey Arena as the set is tight to the net. It flips over and a little bit of help up front. The shot is good. 1-0 start off the swing and kill from Kaylee Estrada. 1-0. Texas A&M Kingsville. They got swept last night in Austin in 3 very close sets, but quite honestly, talked to their head coach, did not play well, especially in crunch time moments. As Perry sets it up, shot by Tolbert, dug up. Here comes Kingsville, right side on a deflection. Cat Cruz, pass up front. Bree Perry behind, over to Jasmine Sims. Good defense by this Kingsville squad. That is the strength of their team as they miss it wide off of the right hand. That time of Jordan Wonders, the sophomore. And we're even at 1 here in the opening set. St. Mary's last night, a sweep. Really took care of International in 3 sets. They out-hit their opponent, had a better mindset, according to the head coach in Stephanie Armstrong. Tied at 1 here in set number 1. Quick set tight to the net is deflected by Bradfoot. Cruz chases it down. Perry with her back to the net, flings it over. Here come the Javelinas. Another bad pass to the net. It flips over and goes out of bounds, but into the net coming the Kingsville Javelinas. Point to St. Mary's, their first lead of the game at 2-1. Rattlers 8-7 on the season. Kingsville 14-7. As Tolbert, the serve is over, middle and just deep, according to the line judge Tom Tanaka. Too far out, and that's the part of the game Coach Stephanie Armstrong still trying to get consistency working with as we get our first substitution of the match. Lauren Cadillas, the sophomore to Spring Branch, Texas, will check in. Javelinas, a lot of folks here with a good crowd, a lot of area kids from the San Antonio area. Got 7 players on the rosters. KK Payne's first swing is tipped. Back up the other side, tight to the front of the net, dug up by Bradfoot as it's blocked in front of Bree Perry and slapped over by Tolbert. Good defense there by the St. Mary's Rattlers. Set right side down the line, and the shot is good off of the right hand of Emily North, the sophomore of Red Oak. Here in the state of Texas, 3-2, back-to-back points for the Javelinas as they push back forward in this league contest. Javelinas trying to go for a split on the road. St. Mary's looking for their first sweep in league play. Perry back to the net, flings it over. Back up front for the Javelinas. They go to the middle, and the shot is good. That's a talent player right there in the middle in Morris, the senior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. One of 2 on the roster, and Javelinas have their large lead of the game at 4-2 here in set number 1. Javelinas without their top hitter today for the second straight day. Melanie Castile, an ankle injury, still out. Not sure when she might return, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but pretty bad ankle injury suffered as Bree Perry pushes it over with 2 hands and over a deflection and gets that nice tip. Good job over there by Perry, setting that up and catching the Javelinas off guard, side out. Back to St. Mary's. Catherine Cruz will serve. Julia Diaz checks in the white jerseys for the Rattlers. Tight pass to the front of the net in the 6-2 offense, and that shot is good through the double block. Pretty good hit kind of coming off of that left side using 2 screens that time for the Javelinas as Morris the kill and will now serve. 5-3 here in our first 8 points of action. Set number 1 in the 48th meeting between Kingsville and St. Mary's. Bree Perry, good set, left side, KK Payne, angle right, dug up by the libero on the other side as that shot to the back corner is out just a little bit. Says the other line judge, Rolando Garza. The guys on the chairs today, Jack Saldivar and then David Pleasance is down on the floor opposite of the court from where we are at. 5-4, St. Mary's down a point. Set number 1 with the serve. Bree Perry with honors into the net, clips it. Great defense to get over there by Cadillas just to keep that point alive. Perry sets it up, KK Payne left side, and it's good. KK middle back, and that's where she likes to be. Had a real nice match a night ago, 12 kills, that's her first of the night. And we're tied at 5 through 10 points here in set number 1. 3 ties and 1 lead change here in the early going. Good job by the libero again, able to get to that one in time. A lot of defensive specialists for this group for Kingsville. They're one of the best at digs in the league as the ball stays up and over, but that is out of bounds off of the newly substituted Amara Martinez. Point to Kingsville, side out. They remain in front by 1, 6-5. Here in the opening set. Rattlers 2-5 in league play. Had one of their best hitting nights of the season last night. They hit .275 in a sweep over Kingsville. Perry sets it up. KK Payne. That time didn't get a lot on it. Had the missed time of the jump as the attack in the middle. Again, very key for the Javelinas. They've gone there a lot as Payne swings, and that time hits it deep. She's asking for a tip. She is not going to get it. I think that time just missed it high over the head of Megan Merlino. And it's 7-5 in favor of the Javelinas as Coach Armstrong does not use the challenge. She saw that one, as did we. And that time, you think sometimes when your senior is excited, they may not quite see it as Martinez blocked up front. Emily North, the block, came right back before Amara saw it coming. And just like that, 3 in a row to Texas A&M Kingsville. Again, they're coming off a loss last night. They were swept at St. Ed's. St. Ed's almost is already taken down International today. One of the last matches of Lone Star Conference play going today is Julia Diaz with a great shot. It's chased down somehow on the other side by Roxanne Morris as that's a double hit, and it will be a St. Mary's point. St. Mary's has to hit one more time, but that's excellent defense on the other side. Murph right now wearing the yellow jersey. She made one real nice play, and then Roxanne Morris, who went into the first row of seats to get to that one, able to keep it alive a little longer. 8-6, set number 1. St. Mary's trailing by 2. As that one rolls up the arm off of the left side. Javelina's looking for the swinging attack from Marilino. They'll get it off the tip from the back row of St. Mary's. 9-6 on the side out. Last time these two teams met, it did happen earlier this season at the Kingsville Invitational. The Rattlers went in there and won it in 5 sets. That's where Kingsville has really lived a lot of this season. They have been in 7 matches that have gone 5 sets. There are not many sweeps for them. As a swing by Tolbert goes up nearly off the scoreboard, over to Murph, right side off a deflection. Diving save in the back row. Good job to get over to it by Shea Slusser, the freshman, as that is not a good pass, and a lift is called. Double hit on a poor set by Emily North. Point to St. Mary's. They trail it 9-7. Here in the game's first set as Jasmine Sims is back out there. Catherine Cruz will sit down, but try to get Sims involved in that front row. Middles last night didn't play to their best. Outside, however, was really, really good for the Rattlers in the victory over International. Back set right side. The shot is up and good. Nice swing off the right side by Jordan Wonder, sophomore out of Corpus Christi. Not too far away from Kingsville. Gets her first kill tonight, and it is 10-7. Right now, already seeing the Javelinas' good success rate swinging at the volleyball. 7 kills, just 2 hitting errors here in the early going. 10-7 is our score. Javelinas the lead and the serve. Ball is over from Alexa Ruiz. Amara Martinez will pass it over to her teammate Jasmine Sims, and Sims with great placement at the 10-foot line, the point, and side out back to St. Mary's as Haley Bradford comes in. Martinez checks out, but that's a good job up there. You got a player that normally is used to swinging, having a pretty good pass to the middle to get the point back for St. Mary's. Rattlers looking for a second win in as many days. 2 players collide on the Kingsville side and then miss deep that time off of the right hand of Jordan Wonders. That's good eye discipline by the St. Mary's Rattlers. That's something, again, with the mindset for Stephanie Armstrong's group that she is trying to get. Keep everybody focused. And through 19 points, it's Only a 1-point difference. Javelinas by 1. They come back again right side. Dig is made in the back row as Tolbert, tough angle down the line, but she missed it following a really nice dig by Slauster, the freshman out of Denton. Shea has done a good job in that back row and has continued to earn more playing time from Coach Armstrong. As Nicole Murph out of here in San Antonio. Antonian Prep, the left-hander, puts it underway as that comes over. Free ball, and it's in play on the line. Great job on that defensive effort by St. Mary's. They hang with it just long enough as KK Payne is back in. Slosser will go out. And it's 11-10. Javelinas, Tolbert trying to turn the favor. Good play defensively by Roxanne Morris. They come back her direction. That shot is up, and that is deep as the umpire just trying to get that flag up. He saw it pretty clearly. It was on top of that line. He says it's too deep, and we are tied at 11 for the fourth time of set number 1. Tolbert again, the serve, middle of the court this time. Pass is very tight to the front of the net. Sims blocked it, but I think she came over the net, and that is not allowed, and so it will be side out back to the Javelinas, I believe, as the head official, Jack Zaldivar, saw it. 12-11, Texas A&M Kingsville. That first pass has been a challenge here tonight at times, but they get it done as Alicia Tolbert, just a flat-out whiff. Number 6 says, that's my bad, I'm sorry. 13-11 here in the opening set. Rattlers, remember, had a great stretch of this season where they won 6 in a row, but it's been a while since they've had back-to-back wins. Got to go back to the 13th of September as KK Payne this time the jump, didn't get a great pass. Off on the right side of the net, tipped over. Sims, good coverage. Bree Perry back to KK Payne, left side. She asked for a tip. I don't think she gets it that time. And now they will look over, and Bree Perry trying hard to sell it, will not get it. That shot is out, and those are a couple of mishits initially it looked like, and now they do say, I think, a tip. They are checking on this, making sure they've got everything right. They do get a tip. Beg your pardon, that was right in front of us, screened by the umpire. Cadillas the last to touch it, but it goes out from Jasmine Sims, and those are the moments, again, for Coach Armstrong. You can see everybody very wide-eyed and excited, but you know they're just trying to kind of step up and say, hey, try to bring the game back down a little bit. Emotions are going up. Both coaches are on their feet. A lot to cheer about here in the early going as Tolbert to Perry. Left side, the swing by KK Payne, blocked in the middle by the sophomore Emily North. She's got some hops for the Javelinas, and a timeout is called with the 15-12 score out there right now. We'll step aside for a 60-second timeout. 15-12, Texas A&M Kingsville leading the St. Mary's Rattlers. This is St. Mary's Volleyball here on the Lone Star Conference Network. Back after this timeout.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Set number one here at Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio, 15-12. The Javelinas with the lead and the serve out of the timeout taken by Stephanie Armstrong's group. Lack of focus the last couple of points, trying to bring everybody back over and relax. As Tolbert from the back row blocked again. That time, Talicia Morris, the senior out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, with another block. And right now you look up front, that's where the game is starting to evolve a little bit. Third block of the match for Kingsville in set number one. They have matched their largest lead at 4 points, 16-12. Another good shot. The Rattlers maybe looking to mix it up. Bree Perry comes across over to KK Payne. Low shot, ping-pongs around, and it comes over to the Rattlers as Perry tried to sneak it on 2. Now it's a free ball to St. Mary's. Right side, Julia Diaz is dug up. Chased down by Nicole Murph. Left side off a deflection, and it's picked back up. Rattlers on a screen to the right, and that time Perry trying to find Julia Diaz from the middle. Off balance, could not complete. And it's 17-12 in favor of Texas A&M Kingsville. That's a good job weathering the timeout. Rattlers don't get the points back as the serve is low. Catherine Cruz, good chase to just get to it as KK Payne angles, and it's covered. Javelina's back to the middle. Morris again is there. And right now, a lot of heavy claps going on from head coach Tanya Allen, now in her 9th season, 164 career victories. And she knows she's got a talented group. It's a young group. She said, Andrew, we're young in a lot of ways. But I like where we're at, and kids got to play eventually, especially our young ones, as that again is blocked up front. Emily North, a sophomore, got her hands on that one, and Coach Armstrong again looks like she has to burn her second timeout as the first did not work. The Rattlers, remember, it was 10-9, and just like that, it is a 9-3 run by the visiting Javelinas of Texas A&M Kingsville. And you look at what they did last night, suffered their first division loss. They had 5 straight victories before dropping one yesterday, but it was a close night last night. They lost the first set after leading 23-20. They lost the second set that didn't have much separation, 26-24, and then they lose the third set, 25-21. Really had to play chase most of the way through that. And I think just kind of talking with Coach and, knowing what St. Ed's has, first off, people don't go to Austin and win very often. It seems like on the road anyway over the last couple of years. But, Tanya Allen and I, when we spoke today, it's just, hey, we didn't play real great. They out-hit us a little bit, and a couple mistakes by some of our younger players, particularly in that first and third set, cost them a chance. And, at least had to take it a little further, and instead St. Anne's got done quickly and allowed it to move forward. As for the other side, St. Mary's, they played real well last night. Really didn't seem to exhaust too much energy, but, it's a similar situation from 2 weeks ago where they were in position and then struggled on the Saturday game. Let's see if they can get that turned around, trailing 19-12 right now, as it'll start with an ace as Roxanne Morris clears it out. The Rattlers, 6 kills, 8 hitting errors. That's a problem here in set number 1. Nothing of like what they did yesterday when they hit above 275. Here's Bree Perry coming to KK Payne, trying to bury one ball. Ricochets off the scoreboard, kept alive by Morris, and dumped over. Good defense on the other side as it's at the net and blocked, and somebody into the net, but calling for a lift are the Javelinas as their run ends at 8 in a row. And St. Mary's finally able to catch their breath, but they're down 7, 20-13 here in the opening set. Bree Perry will serve. Trying to get that extra specialist, Gabby Sandoval, out there to help out defensively for Coach Armstrong as Murph takes it, passed up by Cadillas, and flipped over. Here comes Bree Perry, back set right. Amara Martinez back in rotation, is kept alive, tipped the front of the block as it's deflected again. St. Mary's in the white jerseys, comes back to the middle. Julia Diaz unloads over there on Murph, but kept alive anyway as that ball hits the net and keeps going. KK Payne with a pass and thrown over by Sandoval. Long rally point here in the middle as 2 players jump. It's hit by Merlino. And the Rattlers again, they come back to KK Payne, who points at her spot and slams it off the double block of the right hand of Emily North. And the Rattlers have the point on the longest rally of the match. 20-14 though. Javelinas ahead here in set number 1. Perry with honors for St. Mary's, trying to bring them back. Serve, good one in the middle. 8-0 run the difference. 9 of 12 points officially as it became for the Javelinas to really build their lead as that tips over. KK Payne credited on that kill, the 10th of the match for St. Mary's. And, you look at these two teams coming in. St. Mary's averaging right at 12. Kingsville just slightly under that. It's the errors that have cost each of these teams at times this season. 5-point game here in the first set. 20-15, Kingsville as they play it over on 2. Great dive and save by Bree Perry for the Rattlers as KK Payne looked like she had that one. It doesn't matter as the ball is into the net by Megan Merlino, and Now a timeout is called by the head coach of the Javelinas, Tanya Allen. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. Rattlers have come back after trailing by 7. They're down 4, 20-16 here in set number 1. This is St. Mary's Rattler Volleyball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Set number 1, it is 20-16. Javelinas after a timeout after 4 straight Rattler points. Bree Perry ready to go for the 5th straight time, trying to bring St. Mary's back here in this first set. It was 20-12 at one point in this set. Javelinas on a back row attack, hit that one too far. And that time Morris, I think, confused that it was even coming her direction as this thing seesaws back and forth. Tanya Allen getting a little restless over there. She's not happy with what is going on right now. Rattlers getting some help on the other side as Bree Perry, another good serve. Emily North tight to the front of the net, and that shot is through as Morris, another kill for her, her 4th of the match in 8 swings. And that'll be a side out to Texas A&M Kingsville. Their lead restored to 4 points, 21-7. 9-3 run in the middle of the set to open up a large lead of 7, make it 8 points at the time for Kingsville after it was close to the first 20 points as Diaz, her shot is good down the middle. 3rd kill for Julia. And it's 21-18 our score here in set number 1 as Tolbert trying to sub in and take the place of Gabby Sandoval. Get everybody checked in and make sure they're good. Hey, fans of St. Mary's Rattlers, they'd like to thank Raising Cane's, the official chicken finger of Rattler Athletics. You can treat yourself after the game by heading to their restaurant located at 7020 Bandera Road in Leon Valley. Serve comes over the net, handled by the Javelinas. They go left side with Merlino, and her shot is good. As that time, Shea Schlosser was out of position. Didn't see that one. Tried to protect the middle, and good court vision by Megan Merlino, the junior out of Sacramento, California. And it's 22-18. Javelinas trying to trade their way to a 1-0 lead here in the opening set as fans continuing to arrive here at Bill Greehey Arena in San Antonio. Off the right side, Amara Martinez dug up. Nice defense to stay out of the net as Diaz tried to play it right back over on the other side for St. Mary's. Dig made, Bree Perry set up, Kat Cruz left side. Tolbert swings and the shot is good. Got it over the lengthy 6'2 Jordan Wonders. And Tolbert coming up with her first kill of the match after a couple of errors. And it's 22-19. Alicia had a great night yesterday, really the star of the game for St. Mary's, playing clean in that match. Hasn't been able to get on track quite yet. Maybe that one gets her going. Tight to the front of the net, blocked, but through. Is that time you could tell Jasmine Sims jumped, was protecting, but didn't want to reach over the net and get away from it. And Amara Martinez, not where her coach thought she should be at. Got a little bit of a talking to there from Coach Armstrong. 23-19. Into the game for the first time in a while. Alexa Ruiz will serve for the Javelinas there in those royal blue jerseys. Short serve, that's heading out, and good eye by Tolbert, a sophomore up here in San Antonio, letting it go wide, and it is a 3-point game as Haley Bradfoot checks in. Martinez goes out, trying to bring in Haley with that serve. Kind of has that side-winding ability, but if you're St. Mary's, now is the time to make a run. Bradfoot ready, serve comes over right to left, low serve handled by Murph. tight to the net. Shot comes over, dug up by Schlosser. Bree Perry over to Tolbert. The swing off a deflection. Kept alive, chased down Emily North, the set left side, and the shot is good. Roxanne Morris out of Goliad, Texas, the point and kill. And the Javelinas have set point 24-20 here in the first. Both timeouts exhausted earlier in the set from Stephanie Armstrong's group. Made a run after it had widened to 8. Right now it's a 4-point lead as serve over. Pretty good serve that time by Nicole Murph. Tipped over by Jasmine Sims. Murph will cover. Set up North at the net. Blocked, but on the St. Mary's side. And that'll be it for set number 1. Credit on the front line that time to Jordan Wonders as Texas A&M Kingsville wins set 1, 28-5-20 and takes the inaugural lead. We'll go ahead and take our timeout in between sets. This is St. Mary's Rattler Volleyball, the Lone Star Conference Network, back after this timeout.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our
Back at Bill Grahey Arena in San Antonio. Andrew Stossmeister with you. 1-0 Kingsville. They win the first set 25-20. There were 5 ties and a pair of lead changes, but St. Mary's fell behind big, gave up a 8-3 run, and 7 in a row that ultimately doomed them. They brought it back to 3 multiple times, but at the end, Kingsville made a few more plays, including a net blocks, 3 of them in that first set. That really allowed them to jump out and allow themselves a little bit of a cushion. They hung on there after things got tight. It was 20-17 at one point. Looked like St. Mary's was coming back, but not to be the case as the Javelinas hunker down and pick up their first set of the weekend. They were swept at St. Ed's yesterday. They came in leading the division. 3 pods with the Lone Star Conference right now. It's how much does that matter? Not greatly. It's going to be more of an RPI thing come season's end, but it was, this team has played well, and it works out that the pods are split up trying to help out geographically with the locations of teams playing one another, trying to limit travel, especially, volleyball is so difficult playing on this Friday night and then Saturday afternoon turnaround. It makes it that much more difficult. Looking around the Lone Star Conference, it was a busy morning, and it seemed like a very busy start with everything going on. There were already a few matches that were completed on the day. We'll try to catch that in just a little bit as we're ready to begin the second set. Ball is up and underway. Emily North will serve it up. Jasmine Sims the first play. Doug on the other side. Roxanne Morris as Morris called for a lift. Double hit perhaps. Either way, it's a 1-0 start for St. Mary's here in this second set, trailing 1-0. Tolbert back row. Bradfoot also. Cat Cruz is in the lone blue jersey for the Rattlers. Up front, Bree Perry is up there. KK Payne and Jasmine Sims. Good serve, back row. Handled by the Javelinas. They come back. They don't even see Kaylee Estrada, the 6'2 sophomore at Reagan High School here in San Antonio, for the kill. Getting her first minutes of the match, and that shot is good. Tied at 1 here in the second set. Javelinas trying to pick up a road split here today. After losing yesterday, Rattlers got a sweep over International, who lost to St. Ed's, are already here today. Perry to Jasmine Sims, blocked to the net, tight again. This time left side, KK Payne, left hand, tips it up and over. Nice awareness that time on the court by the senior. And she puts the Rattlers back up by 1, 2-1 here in the second set. Around the conference, as we mentioned, St. Ed's has won in straight sets over International. Arkansas, Fort Smith, and Commerce, they're tied at 1. They're in the middle of their third set right now. A couple more scores coming up momentarily as Bradfoot the dig, tight to the net. Bree Perry keeps it alive, and it finds its way over to the Javelinas side as that shot is good off of the right edge with Jordan Wonders. She's had herself a nice match here so far with her now 4th kill of the afternoon, and we are tied at 2 through the first 4 points. It was very even in set number 1, but an 8-0 run that became 9 out of 12 that helped build a nice cushion for the Javelinas. They've got it right now. They work on our right in the blue jerseys as that is an error hitting by Roxanne Morris. Roxanne Morris, a couple of kills, but now 6 misses on her side. And it's 3-2 St. Mary's. Rattlers 8-7 overall. They're 2-5 in conference play. Kingsville 14-7. They're 5-2 in the Lone Star Conference. Is Bree Perry. Good serve into the back row middle. Good pass off to the edge. It's tipped over. And look at that. Well done by the Javelinas. They did a good job getting it over the net somehow. It wasn't the prettiest, but Jordan Wonders, another kill for her. She is now out to a team best 5 kills here through a set and 6 points. Tied at 3 here in the second. Bree Perry, a set from KK Payne, dumped over. You can tell St. Mary's trying to find a little bit of space. They're not finding it as that's through Julia Diaz, who has moved over to the middle. And Coach Armstrong looking around. The defense has been off just a little bit, particularly in the middle. I think that's where you can see that Tanya Allen's group for Kingsville has really tried to go, as KK Payne was set on that approach, did not get a good pass. As the Rattlers playing really strong defense right now at the net as it trickles along the line and falls down. Roxanne Morris, the kill on that play. That's her second officially of the match, and it's 5-3 on 4 straight points to the Javelinas. 5-3, short serve. Right at Catherine Cruz. Bree Perry, left side, KK Payne loads up and is dug up by Murph in the back row, and then another point dumped over. Javelinas have the Rattlers on their heels, 6-3 through the first 9 points. And Coach Armstrong's looking saying, I can't use my timeout yet. She just said that. Got to clean it up a little bit better. Serve at Tolbert. Over up to Bree Perry. Right side, Diaz off his screen, swings and connects for her 4th kill of the match. And a side out, 6-4. 1 tie and 1 lead change here in this second set through 10 points. KK Payne trying to bring it back. She leads the team with 5 kills. Diaz has four others with 1 kill. Great job to just reach back and set that thing up as Lauren Cadillas able to bring that back and set up her teammate nicely off of that right side for the points. 7-5 our score. Morris the kill. Serve comes over by Roxanne Morris. Set up tight to the front of the net, and another net point won by Texas A&M Kingsville. Believe that is now their 5th block of the match. Coach Armstrong says, that's enough. 12 points in, she'll take a timeout. We'll stay here for this timeout, but after getting the first couple of points, Rattlers have kind of fallen backwards and not helping their cause a whole lot. Other matches going on around the Lone Star Conference right now in the third set. Fort Smith and Commerce, 21-19. That's the next opponent, by the way, for St. Mary's. They're tied at 1. Fort Smith by 2. St. Ed's already over International in straight sets. They did it in about 80 minutes. In our match, it's 1-0 Kingsville. Texas A&M, or UT Tyler is against Cameron in Lawton today. 1-0 Cameron leading DBU and Tarleton. That's a good one. It's 2-1 with DBU leading it up there in Dallas at the Berg Center this afternoon. Lubbock Christian hosting Eastern New Mexico. How about Eastern? They pull off a surprising first set victory. They're up 1-0 in the middle of the second set. Western New Mexico at Midwestern down 1-0. And then coming up here in an hour, UT Permian Basin is up in Denton to take on Texas Women's College. One other final today, Angelo State, a victor over West Texas A&M in San Angelo here this afternoon. 8-4 out of the timeout. Javelinas will have the serve after they have put together a nice little run to take 5 of 6 points. Set up to the left side at the net, deflected. Did it get over? It is a point for the Javelinas. It did not get over for St. Mary's on their side of things. And so, again, the timeout not working for Coach Armstrong, who is asking if there was a tip, deflection with somebody over the net, not the way they see it. 9-4 our score. We're in the second set as that one finds its way over. Good defense by the Javelinas. That is, again, the strength of their team. Bree Perry, opposite side. Tolbert swings. Another great dig. And a free ball comes over to St. Mary's, kept alive again in the back row by Roxanne Morris, and now placed over by Nicole Murph. Here's Bree Perry back to the middle. What a dig over there by Morris. One of the best back row defenders in the league is Perry, and KK Payne not on the same page. That is fantastic defense by Morris, the Goliad, Texas native. And, you know, it's fun, you know, talking with head coach Tanya Allen because she has really recruited the San Antonio area hard, and mainly their defensive players. Some of them have got a chance to play well here today. Set tight to the net by Cadillas. It comes over. Free ball to the Javelinas in the blue jerseys. Right side down the lane, and that shot is deep. Asking for a tip. They will not get it off the miss by Emily North, the sophomore, getting a couple of swings in there. It is 10-5 after the dust settles just a little bit. 1-0 Kingsville on the big board. Rattlers not able to get into system very well yet here in the second set. Tough pass set up by Cadillas, right side. Large swing by Merlino, and that time it's tipped over the net on a great play set up by the St. Mary's Rattlers. Give that one out. Savannah Alcazar, who is playing, has been hampered by injuries this season. Steps in on that right side and gets another point. 10-6. Javelinas. Rattlers with the serve. Julia Diaz with a floater into the back row. Good job by Murph to handle it. Long pass just flicked over. Rattlers get it back. Sims in the middle off a deflection, and that shot is good. Alcazar checks in, and she's got back-to-back points for St. Mary's. Well, she's a talented one. The senior out of League City, Texas. Transfer from Southeastern Louisiana University. Spent some time now here in San Antonio and has shown some nice ability, getting an opportunity here today. As that is a reception error by Marilino, and that's why no lead is ever safe. It is now 10-8 as a timeout looks like it will be called by head coach Tanya Allen for the Javelinas. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Texas A&M Kingsville leading at 1-0. They're also up 10-8 here in set number 2. This is St. Mary's Rattler Volleyball back after this timeout on the Lone Star Conference Network.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
Set number 2, the Rattlers trailing by a couple. They were down 5 early on. Out of the timeout from Kingsville, see how that affects them. Both teams trying to take that timeout has not worked out. That time, however, it looks like it will work out. Nice swing by Talicia Morris, who comes up with a quality attack at the front of the net. And now it's 11-8 here in the second. These two teams meeting for the second time this season. First time around in Kingsville. St. Mary's won it in 5. Played really well in that match. KK Payne, Jasmine Sims, and Bree Perry all were big in the victory. Right now, the Rattlers just trying to work on rotation, as that is just deep of the back corner in front of Tom Tanaka. Service error by Texas A&M Kingsville. 11-9 as Haley Bradfoot will rotate back in. You can just tell, you look at Coach Armstrong and company trying to find, just trying to find that right combination. And right now she's saying, hey, serve it up nice and short. Try to get the Javelinas off spot just a little bit as that shot is blocked and finds the deck. There is a one. Bree Perry and Jasmine Sims collaborating on the stop on the right side of the net. Point for St. Mary's. They pull it back within 1. 21 points into the second set. They're down 1-0 on the big board. Bradfoot, another good serve at the 10-foot line. Set up in the middle. Swing and kill to Kaylee Estrada, sophomore at Reagan High School in San Antonio for the point. Good swing by her. And you just look at the efficiency so far for Kingsville. They're hitting .246 for the match, .368 in the set, 10 kills, just 3 errors, earning every one of their points at this point. No pun intended, of course. Jasmine Sims off the block. Good recognition. Slaps it through. Jasmine Sims with just her second kill in 8 swings. And it remains a 1-point contest in the second. Alicia Tolbert with honors to serve. A lot of kids here in the local area. Been talking to a number of high school coaches about what they think of that. Club volleyball so good as well. It's nice to see them at the next level playing up as that shot is wide by KK Payne. KK wanted the deflection, didn't get it. Difficult pass in the process. 13-11. Javelinas by 2. They were up by 5. We've had 1 tie and 1 lead change in the set. Total of 6 ties for the match. 3 lead changes in total. Tolbert from the back row dips it over to Payne and dug up nicely by Nicole Murph. Swing on the other side. Big one, but kept alive by St. Mary's. There on the whites as Payne is blocked to the front of the net by the 6'2 Kaylee Estrada. Out of right here in San Antonio, another point for the Javelinas. They are clearly winning at the net now with their 6th team block. It's made a big difference. Back to a 3-point advantage. Tight to the net is Bree Perry. The swing and the kill is up and good from Jasmine Sims, I believe. Got over there and came off the screen. She will serve it up. Jasmine did a good job starting right corner and then curling back around her setter, Bree Perry, for that swing and kill. 14-12. Murph the dig. Javelinas have it on that right side. Got a little bit of a tip as Perry comes to Diaz, who is blocked, but it is out of bounds. And Roxanne Morris, and she's fired up. Not happy she missed that one. Rattlers pull back within 1. They're down 1-0 on the big board. St. Mary's 8-7 on the year. Trying to win for the 30th time in program history against Kingsville. Pass comes up left side, deflected over the double block. Perry, a good job trying to sneak one, but she has helped really establish that line and take it away. Is Tolbert the dig, but it's out of bounds. Good job by Alicia, but it goes on the other side of the antenna, says Tom Tanaka, the line jug. That dude has been watching so much volleyball, and we joked a little bit before the match about how much fun it is to watch all of these players because he saw a bunch of them. He does a lot of high school games here in the area, and to watch them at the next level, it's a blast. He says he loves having a front row seat. 15-13, that is our score. St. Mary's down a couple as Diaz, difficult angle, runs into the block, does not have a chance. Morris got a piece of it, and it's on the St. Mary's side. Another point, too. Texas A&M Kingsville. They enter with 14 victories here today. They went 1-1 in their first road trip of league play with a straight set loss on Friday, and then they won in 5 sets at UT Tyler. And, it's a whole nother monster to try to go on the road and win. Teams have both seen that as KK Payne in frustration throws up her right arm, says, finally, I got one. KK's 6th kill, but she's got 5 errors tonight. And it's a side out to the Rattlers, trailing 16-14 here in the second set. They're down 1-0 on the big board. Bree Perry will serve it back in rotation. Tough dig is made, almost a lift. That trickles across. Rattlers get it back. They go to the right side as Alcazar chunks it over. In the middle of the net, look out below for Talicia Morris on her 9th kill in 15 swings. She does not have an error. And when she has swung from the middle, no answer yet for St. Mary's. They trail 17-14. And, you know, the Rattlers going back after really nothing better to say than really a poor weekend a week ago at Western New Mexico and then UTPB. You know, they got to find a way to come back, and if they can get 2 at home, that really helps. That's why you just look at where it's at in conference play. If you're on the road, the goal is splitting. You have to get at least 1. If you're at home, you know, and you lose both of them, you got to get both of them just to try to get back to even, as the conference so competitive this year with the teams combining. As that's into the net, Julia Diaz misses, and that is now 6 hitting errors in the set for St. Mary's, and Coach Armstrong has to call timeout. We'll keep it right here, down 19-14. Can they rally? The Rattlers did so in the last set. At least got it back closer after going down by a similar margin. It's 6 right now, or 5 right now, excuse me. They fell behind by 7 in that first set before falling 25-20. After today, St. Mary's, they are on the road on Tuesday. They'll head up to Dallas and take on the Lions of Commerce before being back here next weekend. And good luck next weekend as well. They know that they've got a difficult slate. It's that part of the schedule where you got the longest road trip a weekend ago, all the way out to Silver City, New Mexico, and then Texas Permian Basin. And then back home last night, picked up a victory over International Kingsville today, but the Javelinas with a 1-0 lead and 6 points away here in the second set from jumping out 2-0. Tuesday at Commerce, a talented team picked up there in the upper half of league play, and then the number 1 preseason favorite, Tarleton State, will be here next Friday, DBU on Saturday. It's a difficult gauntlet, and this is what you talk about with the Heartland now becoming the Lone Star and meshing everybody together. You have some of your top teams like St. Mary's was in that league joining what has been a really good volleyball conference, along with several other sports. So good. Out of the timeout, 5-point advantage for Tarleton. Can it work for Coach Stephanie Armstrong? It will. KK Payne, her 7th kill of the match, and it is 19-15. KK will have the service honors for the Rattlers. Off to our left, trying to get back into this one. KK on the approach, swings back row middle. Kept alive, good pass up front, and what a great spot placement by Morris. And not to be undermined that time by the sophomore setter, Emily North. Great job by her. North and Cadillas have done an excellent job running the setting game so far here today. You know, they're running a 6-2, but it looks more like a 5-1 with the way they have used Emily North throughout this match. 20-15, we're in the second set. Kingsville in front. Bree Perry left side trying to set it up to the freshman who's blocked. Another chance. Perry this time goes opposite side. Savannah Alcazar kept alive. Tight to the front of the net. Thrown back row. KK Payne for the Rattlers over to Diaz, and look out line judge as that shot is out. As Rolando Garza just kind of turned around, had a good smile on his face, but Diaz came off and looked over there at the official, said, "I'm sorry." He just flat out missed it. 21-15. Javelinas focused. They've got the 6-point advantage. Matches the largest of this set as that is tipped over, but it's out of bounds at the front of the net. 16 errors for St. Mary's here today through nearly 2 sets. Can't mesh that together with a lot of success. They've got 20 kills, but that's not a good number as Diaz now with her 5th hitting error of the match. 22-15 here in set number 2. Javelinas 3 points away from jumping out 2-0 here on the road. Serve back right corner. That's an ace. No, it was out in front of the line judge Tanaka. That was close, and I think we're going to be a challenge over there to check and see. I mean, looking at that right on top of it, I thought it was in, and I think it caught the line. We'll see if they're able to review. I know our staff has been busy trying to check on everything, and they'll bring it up on the monitor. We'll see if that is possible to check and visit with. We talked about the other matches that are going on. It has been an early day. Again, everybody has been playing, it seems like, at 12 or at 1 o'clock, because when we get underway here in San Antonio at 2, it has been that a lot of people are done already in the books. St. Ed's over International, swept them in just over an hour and 10 minutes. Real good weekend for St. Ed's as they get a sweep. Angelo State over West Texas A&M at home today. Straight set victory as well. Those are the finals that are done as of right now. Commerce, they lead Fort Smith 2-1 at the Stubblefield Center, beg your pardon. Not many people used to go in and win there at Fort Smith, but it seems like, the new conference, UAFS, has had some struggles here to begin with. We talked about some of the preseason rankings where everybody sat. Tarleton made it at the very top, but a Heartland team did not finish out inside the top 5 of the preseason rankings. And right now you kind of look at that, it seems like there is some justification to that, at least at this point. The preseason rankings, which, folks, there's not much good with those and where they sit now, but it was, Tarleton, Commerce, Angelo, West Texas A&M, and then you had Lubbock and Fort Smith, 2 Heartland members from a year ago, jump up. And then you have Texas Women's, Kingsville, and St. Mary's, and St. Ed's, all with one another. And after the review, they say it is in play. And it'll be a point to the Javelinas. So a successful challenge is made. And, that was a lot of stuff happening right in front of Tom Tanaka. He said, okay, he's not too worried about it. But it is 23-15 now on the scoreboard as Coach Armstrong substitutes. Gabby Sandoval, KK Payne checks out, 23-15. That's a big challenge, one that really puts the Javelinas in the driver's seat with some room, matching a match lead of 8 points. Tied to the net, Bree Perry stays out of the net. Shot down the line is up, and it is good. That time, that's the freshman, Shay Schlosser. Freshman out of Denton, Texas, by way of Geyer High School. Shay with, I believe, her second kill of the match. 23-16. Serve in the back row. Roxanne Morris with the defense. So good. Another swing as look out. 2 players collide in the back row. It goes over anyway. Javelinas up front. Cadillas. And once again, Talisha Morris. She's not a tall kid at 5'9", but she plays the middle with the best of them as she exits with her 11th kill in 19 swings. Set point 24-16 for a 2-0 advantage for the Javelinas. On to serve Alexa Ruiz out of Clemens High School in Schertz, just up the road. Not far from here is Bree Perry from one knee, lays it out. Good set over there to her teammate Shay Schlosser for another point and kill. Rattlers need a rally here if they're going to keep it going. At best, they can get some back. You're down 7. That's a lot to ask for 8 in a row. It has happened. It can happen. But, you want to get, 3 or 4 at least, build that confidence going into the third set. As the dig is made by Catherine Cruz, they come to Schlosser again, and her shot is good. Snuck it over the double block that time up front of Tammy Jo Groman, who checked in for the first time. Getting some minutes, a 5'10" redshirt freshman out of Calallen, Texas. Extra sub out right now. Set point number 3. Off of the right side, a dig is made by Sandoval. Perry in the middle to Sims. It's blocked. St. Mary's comes back. Schlosser with it. Kept alive by Cadillas. Off the edge, left side, Megan Merlino. On a rally point, Jasmine Sims with the placement, and the shot is good. And that's what you want again for St. Mary's. Put it together, get 3 in a row. Down 24-19, got a long way still to go. Here in the second set. On the right arm right now of Haley Bradfoot. Dug up, back set to the right side as that shot is good. Nice job bowing her neck that time by Tammy Jo Groman. And she finishes off the second set 25-19. 2-0 advantage. Kingsville leading it on the road. Can the Rattlers fight it in their legs to come back and make it a match? We'll have to find out. We'll get some stats for you on the other side of our in-between set timeout. After 2 sets, 2-0, Texas A&M Kingsville leading St. Mary's. This is St. Mary's Rattler Volleyball on the Lone Star Conference Network.
We've been around for a while, and we know how to build a fresher pizza. A real pizza, one made with real fresh and real flavor. A pizza made with different toppings and the unique taste from our culture. And of course, a commitment to better, fresher dough and ingredients. We built a pizza culture where you can fill up on flavor without emptying your wallet. A culture that is quickly becoming the flavor of the neighborhood. Real fresh, real flavor. That's Pizza Patron.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for.
Back in San Antonio at Bill Greehey Arena, 2-0, Texas A&M Kingsville leading the St. Mary's Rattlers. Andrew Stossmeister on behalf of our entire crew this afternoon from San Antonio. Glad to have you with us. I know a lot of the fans, talking to them on the way in, they said they love being inside for volleyball. There were a lot of folks outside watching the Rattlers soccer team stay very busy on their side of things. And it's one of those deals that you kind of look at and say, all right, it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. As the ladies leading Oklahoma Christian 2-0 at the last check. They'll try to get a final on that as soon as possible. But at least as of right now, that is where all is up and running. Here on court at Buddy and Anna Meyer Court, the Rattlers have work to do. They're down 2-0. Rattlers have been swept 4 times this season. The Javelinas have 7 sweeps this year. They only had 4 a year ago. And, you know, this is where Coach Tanya Allen says, look, we got some things happening. Let's see if we can figure it out. But bad stretch in that last set, an 8-2 run for St. Mary's. They've got to turn it around as they were hoping they could come out and get a quick start. They got to play the long way now as both teams have changed ends. Javelinas in blue, Rattlers in white, minus a couple of liberos running around in the opposite jerseys as Bree Perry over to Cat Cruz, right side down the line. Alcazar is dug up as the Javelinas come back on their right side. It finds the arms of Bree Perry, who looks back and awaits as a rally point continues. Right side down the line, that is out of bounds by Jordan Wonders. And it's a 1-0 start for St. Mary's here in the third. They're down 2-0, and you know, you always watch it when somebody falls behind 2-0. If the lead gets to be 5 for that team that's ahead by 2, it's very rare that it gets away from them. Tight to the front of the net, not a great pass. It's up at the front as Rachel McFarland getting some minutes here at the end of the second, and now here to start the third is that shot is up and it is good as Savannah Alcazar getting a minute right here. Has St. Mary's up 2-0 in the third. And, you know, you look at it, again, statistically speaking, it's very clear for the Rattlers. 8 hitting errors in each of the first 2 sets. Only a couple more kills on the side of that. That's not a good number for you. As Perry chases it down, KK Payne loads up and hits it off a deflection. Back to the net, Nicole Murph slaps it over for Kingsville. Here's Perry, right side, McFarland off a screen, and the shot is good. On 4 hits, ball initially stayed up over there. An extra second longer before a lift was called. But the Rattlers start out in front 3-0 here in set number 3. Work to do. Rattlers have done it before. It's been a while, but it takes one at a time, right? Left side on the swing, and a dig by Cruz. Good play defensively. McFarland smokes one to the left side. Off of the hand that time. Over there of Emily North. And it's 4-0 Rattlers. This is their largest lead of the match. 4. Bree Perry again ready. Running jump serve into the back row, and that is deep. Service there on St. Mary's. Rattlers have had their moments of the service game, but 1 ace, but that is now their 5th, make it 4th service error of the match. 4-1. Served by Nicole Murph. Bree Perry has it right side. Alcazar dug up. Had a difficult angle. It comes back the other direction for the Javelinas. Got a tip. Perry throws it over. Good job chasing it down by Emily North. We talked about the defense for the Kingsville Javelinas. 42 digs tonight. They have been very, very good. As the ball popped up right side, swinging down the line. Diving save by Schlosser. In the back row as KK Payne points it out but misses her spot. And back-to-back points following a 4-0 start for the Rattlers, 2 in a row to Texas A&M Kingsville. Trying to bounce back after getting swept in Austin last night. As a team under Coach Allen the last 4+ years, 29-27. Win some, lose some as McFarland is blocked again as that one by Morris. My gosh, she has been good up there. 6 blocks, credited her name in the middle. Rattlers like to use the middle. That's really what's kind of sprung them at times this season. And today, 0 really going on right there. Long screen set to the right. Alcazar, good swing, got a deflection off of the back row that time. And a point for St. Mary's as Alcazar now with 3 kills in 14 swings here today. Rattlers by 2, 5-3. Down on the big board, though, 2-0 as Gabby Sandoval ready to serve. Checking on the substitutions. Schlosser, McFarland, and Alcazar up front right now for St. Mary's. In the wide is Cruz. Great job on that dig. Alcazar sends it over. Free ball in the middle. The other side, diving save. Bree Perry and the Rattlers come back as Shea Schlosser with a good swing, but a great dig on the opposite side as that one is blocked, but it is out of bounds, I believe, of Shea's right hand. And no, it actually is. It's into the net. I beg your pardon. Called on Texas A&M Kingsville. Got sucked in a little too close. Nope. Gets you behind you. Back underway. 6-3 St. Mary's. As it comes back to the front of the net, and there it is. Shea Schlosser again with another point, and the Rattlers matching their large lead again at 4. 7-3. We're in the third set. Javelinas of Kingsville 14-7, 5-2 in league play. Rattlers are 8-7 overall. 2 Lone Star victories this season, 5 losses, as that point is good. Off of Jordan Wonders, who is now at 7 kills for the match. Second on the team, only to Celicia Morris, who has been special. 11 kills, no hitting errors here today. Serve back under, over at Sandoval. Bree Perry right side, Alcazar blocked again. That time, Roxanne Morris all over it. Good play by her, but, you talk about it again, net play, and the way that has been, that's what's been so impressive. By the way, Jordan Schenkel wearing number 5 out there. I think that number 2 jersey got wiped off. She's out for Kingsville. Made a couple of nice digs in the back row. Former O'Connor player for the Panthers here in San Antonio. 7-5 is that shot. Shea Schlosser is good, and Shea starting to heat up here in this third set. 5 kills for her. Has not played in the front row yet. Was playing in the back row the first 2 sets, but gets a chance to attack. The freshman has gotten a lot of playing time already this year for St. Mary's as that one is lined up. Great job by Sandoval to keep it going. Free ball to Kingsville as Perry looking out for one of her teammates.
Please welcome Randall Collins as he leads us in prayer.
Let us remember the holy presence of God, Father God, who are Lady University in our alumni, as we strive for joining basketball. Help us stay safe from injury, both physical and emotional. May our performance reflect the true spirit of sportsmanship, whether we win or lose, they all be part of God's lessons. Help us to grow in excellence in body, mind, and spirit, as we represent Olu and alumni. Amen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's introduce your lineup, your rosters for the Saints and alumni game. First off, for your alumni. Today, we're at number 5, Darian Brown. Number 3, by the way, Barry Brown played for 2014 to 2018 and says he is still playing today. Number 32, playing from 2011 to 2013, Mike Brown. Number 31, playing for the Saints from 2016 through 2018, PJ Escobar. Playing from 2013 to 2015, DQ Greer. He's wearing number 15 for the Vegas alumni game, 44 after the day. Next up, playing for 2015 to 2018, Randall Collins, wearing number 24 today. Wearing number 35 today, playing for 2015 to 2017, Joel Jackson. Wearing number 11 today, playing for 2017 to 2019, Brandon Joseph. Senior from McAllen, Texas, number 23, Deacon Johnson. Senior from Beaumont, Texas, number 20, Michael Sullivan. Junior from Florida, number 24, Marlon Williams. Freshman from San Antonio East Central High School, number 25, Victor Roper. And freshman number 20, Aaron Scott. Last but certainly not least, senior Ryan Owens from Houston, Texas. And coaching second year for Style, assisted by Justin Bird, Eric Davis, and BJ Ozzy. Now let's love for your own city.
And welcome everybody to Maybe Gymnasium here on the And back we are. 11:38 to go here, first half. 26-15 the lead for the Alumni. Embry, pass inside over the Saladin, knocked away. Last touch by the Alumni. Jared Embry. Jared and Jordan both in now. Roper with it in the corner. Back out over to Jordan. Jared. Xavier Woodington now. With Vance Montgomery on him. Woodington. Roper from the wing. Looks, trying to get inside solid and bounce away. Gets back to him. 24-second shot clock violation. And so the Alumni with a shot clock violation here and a 10-second earlier. So they've come to play some defense and shoot threes. A Sweetwine, another three. Got it. And again, 10 seconds again. So Alumni with the basketball again here. Sweetwine. There's Sweetwine. Played professionally after graduation. Rob Martinez also has been playing successful and won championships in the El Salvadorian League. Former All-American as well, and so is Joe Jackson of All-American. Back the other way, Darian Brown. Darian Brown, an assistant coach at Salem. And a three, Vance Montgomery. Back the other way, no. Minifield goes back, puts it up and in. 17 is the lead here. Sweetwine. Over to Brown. Brown. Crosses, bits up a jumper short. Rebound picked up by Jared Embry. Minifield. It's around over to Embry inside. Minifield pass to the corner. Solid in three. No good. And the rebound tries to go back up, and the whistle and the foul on Joe Jackson. So Joe Jackson picks up the foul. That is team foul number 5 now of the Alumni with 9:45. So Trudezo will check back in. As Stefan Trevino checks back in as well. Ruben Manzan will check in a second. Rob Martinez back out on the court, along with Marcus Thompson and Mike Brown. Sorry about the score there. So 32-19 the score here. Looks to the corner. Martinez, another three-pointer. That one won't go for him. Rebound pulled down by Minifield. Minifield gets the ball in the front court. Over to Manzan. Manzan has the ball knocked away and stolen by Marcus Thompson. Say it's all-time leader in steals. Gets that. Going to be fouled. And we'll go to the line as Jared Embry picks up the foul. Marcus Thompson, all-time leader in steals in Saints history, all-time leader in assists in Saints history, but not the all-time leader in free throw shooting in Saints history. As Marcus picks up where he left off in a Saints uniform from the free throw line. Second shot coming up here. All those players at Coastal Bend, if you're watching, don't learn free throws from your head coach. So, second shot coming. That one off the mark too. Manzan grabs the rebound. Minifield in the front court. Marcus on him. Minifield gets around. Trevino with it. Trevino guarded by Martinez, gets by Martinez, baseline, off to the corner. Monzon, three-pointer, in and out, no good. Inside, Embry tries a follow-up and will. Saints back to within 11 here. 8:50 to go, first half. Vance Montgomery. Montgomery gets back around over to Martinez on the wing on the far side. Guarded by Embry. Martinez comes right side in the baseline. Long jumper, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Tedesco. Monzon back over Trevino. Trevino guarded by Montgomery. Tedesco around now over to Minifield. Minifield wing. Darian Brown on him. Inside Monzon against Marcus Thompson. And about a 6-foot height difference between those two. Over to Minifield. Three-pointer. No good. And the rebound pulled down. It's going to be no basket and a foul called on Montgomery. And I think that Edvin might have gotten away with actually pushing off there. And so now the inbound coming for Jared Embry. It's Embry. Needs to hurry up and get it. We'll send it up top over Trevino. Trevino, Monzon. Monzon move past Marcus Thompson. Goes up, lays it in right hand, and good. And back to within 9 here. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Will be Saints basketball. 7:55 to go here first half. As Trevino comes over. Off to the corner. Embry puts up a three over Greer. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down Darian Brown. Brown back the other way. Brown over to Greer. Greer and can't get it to go, but he's fouled by Jared Embry, and he'll go to the line and shoot free throws. So that is team foul number 5 on the Saints. The Alumni 6. So free throws for the Saints on the next Alumni foul. DQ Greer. I believe that's 5. 3 of those 5 from the free throw line. Second shot here coming. Back the other way. Ball taken away. Marcus Thompson now. 3-on-2. Rob Martinez stops from the wing. Puts up a three. Got it again. $14 points is the lead here. 7:12 to go first half. Woodington from the wing. Gets around over to Monzon. Monzon finds Trevino. Trevino cuts inside. Dishes back out. Monzon straight away three. No good. Rebound. Woodington. Woodington thought about going back up. Won't do it. Trevino goes for the three. Short on it. Rebound picked up. Mike Brown by himself. Oh, and he's going to be fouled by Minifield. As Minifield stops the highlight. And now Mike Brown will go to the line to shoot free throws. So one shot here, chance for a three-point play. And missed it. Monzon rebound. Trevino with it. Back around Monzon, all the way over to Minifield. Minifield, ball knocked away right to Trevino. Trevino, there's Tredso, puts it up and good. Back and another three. And Monzon at the basket, misses, grabs his own rebound, goes up, count the basket and the foul. So DQ Greer will pick up the foul. As Marlon Williams will come in. Monzon at the line here. Brandon Joseph comes there. That's going to get the 3-point play for Monzon. 14 is the lead here. Marcus Thompson in the backcourt. Off his foot. Over to Brandon Joseph. Joseph ahead over to Greer. Greer looks back the other way. Alley-oop to Mike Brown. 16 is the lead now. Trevino. Gets right over to Minifield. Minifield on the wing near side, guarded by Joseph. Looks for the screen from Monzon as Marcus Thompson there to pick it up. Trevino. Mike Brown poking in there. Can't get there. Three-pointer. Got it. Tedesco picks up the 3. Saints back to within 13 here. It's Marcus Brown in the front court. Whistle and a foul. Trevino has him by the arms on the way down there. So 17 fouls. Both teams now at the line to shoot 1 and 1. Actually, no, they're not going to. Yeah, 1 and 1. So Marcus Thompson will go to the line to shoot the free throws. So they called it off. So somehow Mike Brown will shoot the free throws instead of Marcus Thompson. So good things happening for the alumni here. And the first free throw, good. So the basketball gods shining a light on the alumni as Mike Brown shooting and not Marcus. From the free throw line, second shot. Got them both. 15 is the lead. Trevino, some trouble there. Embry back over Trevino. Trevino needs a hurry to get it over the front court, in the front court, and going to get 10 seconds again. Third time this half. And starting to see a little frustration there from Minifield. And now Marcus Thompson inside, kicks out. Martinez, long 3, got another one. And an 18-point lead. It's going to be and a double foul. A double foul in an alumni game between Trevino and Brandon Joseph. So Minifield. Shot. Williams, 3, got it. As Marlon Williams getting that one. Marcus around over to Mike Brown. Brown, or now back against Embry, spins around, comes back up, puts up the shot, no good. And the rebound for the Saints. Minifield up ahead, looks inside over, trying to get to Jordan Embry, stolen by Thompson. Over to Mike Brown, and Mike Brown will put it down. 4:11 left to go here in the first half. Ball knocked away. Stays Saints basketball. As Saladin comes back in. 26 on the shot clock. Saladin back in. Woodington back in. As Brando Collins and Joe Jackson is in for the alumni. Along with DQ Greer, Brandon Joseph, and Rob Martinez. Then Vilcek. It's around over to Trevino. Off to the corner, Saladin baseline. Nice pass over to Jordan Embry, and Embry will lay it up and in. 15-point lead here. Martinez puts up a 3 over Vilcek, and it's going to be short. So Rob not able to get that one in. 3:44 to go here first half. All alumni right now. Woodington, back around Trevino. Trevino again, need to get the ball in the front court. Finally do. It's Trevino. It's around over to Embry. Embry inside and goes down, whistle foul, and Embry will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. Brandel Collins picks up the foul. 9 fouls, so still 1 and 1. So Jordan Emery at the line to shoot free throws. Trailing by 15 here with 3:31 to go here in this first half. First shot's good. Second shot coming up here for Emery. Got it. 13-point lead for the Alumni. PJ Escobar in the front court. Comes around the screen. Up top, three-pointer straight away. Got it. Trevino all the way ahead, Saladin. Back out, Woodington. Woodington, a little bit of trouble there. We whistle on a foul from behind as Brandel Collins reaches in there. That's 2 shots coming up here for Woodington. So first shot for Woodington, it's good. So Cameron Fields checks back in, Trevino coming out. And got them both. 14-point lead. Joe Jackson turns around, three-pointer, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Finn Vilcek. So Finn over to Saladin. Saladin comes down past Jackson, goes straight for the basket, lays it up, can't get it to go. Followed up jam by Jordan Emery. Back to within 12, a whistle, and a turnover. Saints basketball here. 2:51 to go here first half. So Roper will check back in. As out comes Jordan Emery. Saladin. Back out Finn Vilcek. Vilcek around over to Xavier Woodington. Xavier finds Cameron Fields. Cameron in front of Escobar. Round over to Woodington. Roper, three-pointer, got it to go. And the Saints back to within 9 here with 2:23 left. As DQ Greer goes in there. Offensive foul called by Greer. Greer pointing at the circle. Woodington between defenders. Gets around over Roper. Inside Finn. Finn goes up strong. Puts it up and in over Brandel Collins. Back to within 7 here. Jackson comes down with it. Jackson goes and a whistle and a foul is going to be called. As foul is going to be on Woodington. Team foul number 9. 1:58 to go here. Joe Jackson. Team's all-time leader in rebounds and block shots. 1,000-point club, All-American. And misses the second shot. So just 4 points for the Alumni in the last 2.5 minutes. And has gotten Saints back in there. Shot there, miss, stays with the Saints. 139. Saints back to within 8 here. That's Finn with 12 on the shot clock over to Saladin. Saladin guarded by Escobar. Looks along the baseline. Goes back underneath. Kicks back over to Cameron Fields. 4 on the shot clock. Inside. Runner in the lane. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And Joe Jackson still going and goes back the other way. 1:23 left to go here this first half, and we're going to have a timeout called. 55-47, Alumni lead You're watching Saints basketball on the Olu Saints Network, KSAT.com. And welcome back. 1:23 left to go in the first half. 55-47 Alumni with the lead here as Escobar comes along against Fields. Inside of Brandale Collins. He has a great job of clearing out the middle. And the lead is at 10. Double figures again here for the Alumni. Woodington. Escobar on him, comes around off the screen. Woodington, double team, ball knocked away from him on the floor, picked up by Escobar. Escobar gets around to Jackson. Joe Jackson the other way over to DQ and throws it behind. As Joe Jackson, not one of the team leaders in assists when he was here. As that pass behind DQ. Woodington. The Fenville check over to Saladin. Michael Saladin against Escobar. On the floor there. Ball knocked away for a moment. Goes in there. Shot blocked by Joe Jackson. Back the other way. 3-on-1. Back now. DQ puts it down. 12-point lead now for the Alumni. Back the other way. Stolen by Escobar. 13 seconds to go here in the half. Escobar throws it up off the glass and gets it to go. So PJ Escobar will go to the line to shoot the and one now. So 61-47 here. So Jared Embry in. Fenville check is out. Jared Minifield coming in. And misses. Rebound pulled down Woodington. Woodington, whistle and foul in the backcourt. Woodington will go to the line to shoot 2 shots here with 6.6 seconds left. And Marlon Williams will get ready to come in here. They got down to within 8 at one point. The Alumni started to pull away again. So Williams will come in. Saladin will come out. So the second shot, got it. 12-point lead here, 6 seconds left. Over to Brandon Joseph. Joseph looking, throws up a shot at the buzzer and gets it to go. As everything is going in for the Alumni. As they will go in with a 63-49 lead at half. We'll take a break. Be back with your second half here in a moment. You're watching Saints basketball on the Olu Saints Network and KSAT.com. Oh, they're saying it's a 2-pointer. And welcome back, everybody. Second half underway. The Alumni 8 3-pointers in that first half. As the Saints will have the ball to begin this last 20, inside solid and inside, and the shot blocked by Marcus Thompson. Marcus inside and tried to alley-oop to Mike Brown, missed and back the other way, no good. Mike Brown a little slow getting up, a little bit of a limp back the other way though, and a steal back it goes. Marcus back again, Mike Brown, pump fake, will put it up and in. Minifield fouled there on Marcus Thompson. Joe Jackson coming in, Mike Brown coming up as he was shaken up a little bit on that alley-oop attempt. As Minifield, Saladin, Monzon out there, along with Edvin Tedesco and Jared Embry for the Saints. DQ Greer, Marcus Thompson, Rob Martinez, Joe Jackson, Darian Brown on the court for the Alumni. Joe Jackson replacing Mike Brown. No look pass, tried to get over to Marcus. Ball knocked away by Saladin right over to Embry. Embry has the ball knocked away from behind by Marcus. Marcus back, go over the top there and had to change the shot. He gets back the other way, Monzon. Monzon against Joe Jackson, and Joe Jackson called for a foul. Joe Jackson not only led the Saints in block shots for a career, also led the NAIA, was the #1 shot blocker his senior year. So Monzon at the line to shoot 2. First shot is good. Marcus Thompson counting his steals in the game. Said he had 6 at halftime. Said he wants to go to try and break his record of 13. I think he's being kind to himself with some of those. And whistle away. So Alumni basketball. 18:24 to go here, second half. 65-51 the score. So Mike Brown back in. Good to see him. Back out Darian Brown. The wing. Guarded by Saladin. Alex lines over to Mike Brown. Brown goes up. Shot blocked from behind by Monzon. Goes up again. Puts it up and in. And back the other way as Embry will answer back the other way. 18 minutes left. Martinez over to Brown. Stolen by Saladin. Saladin to the corner. Embry, three-pointer, wide open. Got it. And back to within 11 here. Up ahead over to Brown. Brown moves inside. Kicks out over to Darian Brown. A whistle, offensive foul called on Mike Brown. Third team foul now on the Alumni here with 17:40. So the foul situation here in the second half looking a lot like it did when they played. As these teams, some of these players from these teams with led the country in points scored in a game. One year at nearly 101 points a game back in 2011 and 2012. Lots of a constant press. And a lot of fouls with those presses. Ball stolen away there by Marcus Thompson. And back to Joe Jackson. Jackson saves it. Back over to Greer. Greer had it tipped away by Minifield. Inside back over to Jackson. Out Martinez. 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound picked up Monzon. Monzon up ahead over to Minifield. Minifield over to Embry. Embry looks out. Over to Jared Embry. 3-pointer. Got it. So Jordan Embry to Jared Embry. And it's an 8-point game. So DQ goes in there. Whistle, foul, count the basket. The foul on Jared Embry. So a chance for a 3-point play here with 17:01 to go. Here in the second half is Vance Montgomery and Brandon Joseph will come in. Marcus Thompson and Mike Brown will come out. The third foul on Jared Embry. And the free throw is good. 3-point play is good. And it's an 11-point lead now for the Alumni. 16:58 to go, second half. Minifield, Monzon. Monzon going straight for the basketball, stripped away by Jackson right over to Greer. DQ back over to Martinez. Martinez finds Montgomery. Montgomery inside over to DQ. DQ against Embry. Embry shot is blocked. Picked up back the other way. Minifield, Saladin. Saladin up against Montgomery. Goes as strong against Joe Jackson. Puts it up and in. What a shot there from Michael Saladin. And back to within 9 now are the Saints against the Alumni here. Greer inside, goes up, ball stripped away. No, it's going to be called a foul on Minifield. So that's going to be his second personal. Team foul number 2 here. 16:21 to go here. DQ Greer back at the free throw line again. And we'll miss the first shot there. Second shot coming up as Jared Embry. No, actually, it's going to be Monzon coming out. Xavier Woodington will come in. Second shot is good. 1 of 2 by Greer. And the lead is 10. Embry over to Woodington. It's ahead back over to Jordan Embry. Embry back into the front court. Ball knocked away. Stolen by Martinez. Over to Greer. Greer goes up strong. Whistle foul. Won't go. And he'll go back to the line. Shoot 2 more free throws. That's going to be 4 fouls on Embry. And so third team foul. Is DQ back at the line again here. And the shot's good. Second shot coming up. And got it. 12-point lead here as Trevino will check back in. That's Stefan Trevino. Just around Minifield. Minifield head over to Woodington. Woodington back around to Stefan Trevino. Woodington on the wing. It's inside over to Jordan Embry. Embry against Brandon Joseph will put it up and in. Back to within 10. Back the other way now. It's DQ. Ball stripped away from him out of bounds. Will stay with the Alumni. 15:44 to go second half. As Joe Jackson inbound out. Ball knocked away by Minifield but picked up by Rob Martinez. Martinez guarded by Trevino. Gets by Trevino right at the basketball. Tipped up in the air. Woodington tips over to Saladin. Saladin with it. Comes around. Finds Trevino. Trevino back out. Saladin. Wide open 3-pointer. Got it. Michael Saladin 3-pointer. And that and back the other way now. Trailing by 7. Saladin lost the ball there on the floor. There gets it around over to Embry. Inside Woodington lays it up and in. 5 points now is the lead for the Alumni. Under 15 minutes to go. Martinez In the front court, Martinez loses the ball, picked up, stolen. Back the other way, 3-on-1. Behind the back pass, Embry puts it up, and it rolls its way in. Back to within 3 now. Brandon Joseph pushing off there on Trevino, goes right at the basket, goes up strong, can't get it to go. Jordan Embry rebound, Trevino the other way, 3-on-2. Trevino behind the back again, Solidin puts up a 3, no good. Rebound picked up by Montgomery. Joseph into the front court. Joseph hands off over to Greer. GQ will put it up and in. And a 5-point lead and a timeout called by the Alumni. 30-second timeout called by the Alumni here. 14-14 left to go here in the second half, as the Saints have found a way to get back closer into this. They had trailed by as many as 18 at one point. Now back to within 5 here with 14-14 to go here in the second half. And see maybe some of the older legs maybe getting to the Alumni, as they've started off a little slower here in this second half. But have still scored 12 points in the first 5 minutes of the second half. So Trevino in the backcourt comes to the front court. It's right over to Minifield. Minifield, Jordan Emery. Emery looking as Woodington goes right at the basket, puts it up and in. So Xavier Woodington, as Escobar finds his way to the front court over to Sweetwine. Sweetwine, and that's called, that's a travel. Sweetwine arguing the official as he took the step, then jumped in the air and came back down. So a 3-point lead here for the Alumni. That's the Saints with a chance to tie it with a 3 here. Trevino front. That's around over to Woodington. Woodington, Jordan Emery up top. Emery put the dribble, now back over Trevino on the wing far side. 15 shot clock, looks over to Minifield. Minifield guarded by Collins, takes a screen, whistle, offensive foul, moving screen by Jordan Embry. That's going to be 4 team fouls now apiece. So Alumni basketball, 13:20 to go. So Brown, ball knocked over to Brando Collins. Collins kicks out. Joe Jackson. Jackson makes a shot, goes in strong, and rolls around and in. Joe Jackson will make it a 5-point lead there. 13 minutes left. Woodington, as Monzon gets ready to check back in. Over to Johnson. Looks. Roper. Williams. Williams goes up strong, tips it back up, can't get it to go. Rebound picked up by Kellen Sweetwine. So Sweetwine, as Darian Brown crawling his way up court, now gets there. Escobar, 3, got it. PJ Escobar, 3-pointer. 8-point lead now for the Alumni. 12.5 minutes to play. Embry around over to Trevino. Trevino kicks out over to Woodington. Woodington, 3-pointer, got it. Xavier Woodington has come to play here as he's got them back to within 5 here. Collins goes up and whistle and a foul. And a foul on Victor Roper. So 5th team foul now as Roper picks up his first personal. Darren Minifield gets ready to come back in. 12:09 left to play. That's Brandell Collins at the line to shoot. It's Collins' first shot. Rolls around, finds its way in. 6-point lead as Monzon has come in. along with Minifield, Trevino, and Jordan Embry will come out. Second shot, got it. 7-point lead. As Woodington, it's around, almost stolen there as Williams fakes the pass, goes up with it, puts it up and in. So Marlon Williams with a nice job there. And back to within 5, Joe Jackson called for a travel. And the turnover, Saints basketball. Trailing by 5, 11:48 to play. So Woodington, guarded by Collins. It's in the front court now. Woodington. It's around Williams. Williams comes back up with it. Tries to cut through defenders there. Whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to the Alumni. As Escobar head over to Jackson. Jackson inside, puts it up, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Monzon. Woodington inside, right-hander, can't get it to go, the rebound pulled down by Sweetwine. Brown, ball tipped away from him, picked up by Minifield, back the other way, Roper puts it down. Back to within 3. 11 minutes left to go. Escobar in the backcourt, gets around to Sweetwine, almost stolen by Roper. Sweetwine spins around with it, keeps the possession. Going out, over to Collins. Collins back over to Jackson. Jackson goes strong, a little loop and reverse, puts it up and in. Joe Jackson. Off to the corner. And no good. The shot there, off the mark there by Marlon Williams, and the rebound picked up by Escobar. Escobar down the front court. Saladin gets ready to check in for the Saints. And also going to see Tyler Guerin also. Back the other way now. Williams. Williams right at it, puts it up, off the glass, can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Sweetwine. Escobar will slow it down. Escobar goes inside, strong shot blocked by Monzon with 10:03 left to go here in this in the second half. As Woodington, Marlon Williams will come out. Roper will come out. As Jordan Emery checks back in. 10:03 left to play. Escobar. It's the Jackson up top. Joe Jackson goes, looks, cuts cross over to Sweetwine. Sweetwine off to the corner. Escobar. Escobar picked up though. Escobar spins away. Behind the back, stops the dribble, looks, throws back over to try to get over to Joe Jackson. And going to be Alumni ball, last touched by Monzon. So Jackson inbound here. 1 on the shot clock. So got to get a shot off. Brown will not get it off. Shot clock violation. And the turnover. 9:40 left now. Guerin in the front court. The Monzon. Monzon steps back, puts up a 3 over Sweetwine. Can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Brando Collins. Collins ahead over to Brown. Darian Brown, three-pointer. Got it. Darian Brown, a 3. And it is an 8-point lead here. So Monzon back over to Guerin. Guerin back around over to Monzon. Monzon finds Saladin. Saladin guarded by Escobar. Back up top, Monzon. Guerin from the wing. Looks inside, Saladin. Nice pass. Goes, whistle, foul. Foul's going to be called. No, traveling violation called on Saladin. So Rob Martinez will check back in. And also coming in is going to be Brandon Joseph as Brando Collins will come off the floor along with Darian Brown. Trapped in the corner. Escobar throws it out to Sweetwine. Sweetwine is fouled by Jared Embry. And we'll see if we're going by rule or not, as he's got 5, but he's going to stay in as alumni rules coming. 8:58. 16 fouls now on the Saints as we're under 9 minutes. Martinez spins away, gets off to the corner. Sweetwine, three-pointer, no good. And rebound there on the floor is picked up by Jordan Emery. Emery, pass tipped away out of bounds. Going to be Saints basketball. Smitterfield. Back over to Emery. Good. Minifield, three-pointer, can't go, and the rebound picked up by Sweetwine. Sweetwine up into the front court. It's round over to Brandon Joseph. Joseph against Saladin, kicks off over to Sweetwine. Sweetwine spin on the baseline, puts up the right-hander, no good, and the rebound picked up by Saladin. Minifield back the other way. Minifield kicks over. Guerin, three-pointer, short, and the rebound picked up by Sweetwine. Escobar gets by Jordan Emery. And Joe Jackson left wide open, three-pointer, can't go, and the rebound tipped back up in by Kellen Sweetwine. Back to a 10-point lead for the Alumni. Saladin looks over Minifield. Minifield, nice job to get by and tried to pass off. And it's knocked away, picked up by Brandon Joseph, 3-on-1. Over to Martinez, wide open three-pointer. No, will not go. Does not have the magic he had the first half. But the long rebound picked up by P.J. Escobar. Back around Brandon Joseph. Joseph between defenders, loses the ball on the ground. Picked up by Jared Embry. Guerin back ahead now, Minifield. Minifield, 3-on-1 across Saladin, three-pointer. No good, and the rebound picked up by Rob Martinez. Martinez kicks out now over to Brandon Joseph. Joseph, front court, over to the corner, Escobar. Escobar guarded by Minifield, comes along the baseline, looks back out over to Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson will slow it down at the dribble with Jordan Embry on him. Jackson dribbles between his legs through defenders, goes up strong, can't get it to go. The rebound picked up by Jared Embry. Guerin inside, kicks off. Jared Embry, three-pointer, steps back with it, got it. 7-point lead for the Alumni here with nearing 6.5 minutes to play. Escobar back over to Jackson. Jackson ahead over to Brandon Joseph in the front court. Joseph goes between Minifield and Guerin, no good, and the rebound Guerin back the other way. Guerin tosses ahead over to Jared Embry. Embry over to Guerin, off to the corner. Saladin, three-pointer, no, and the rebound followed back up and in by Jordan Embry. So Jared and Jordan Embry have had a pretty good game here today. And so Embry picks up the foul, 17 fouls now. So the Alumni will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. 6:03 left to play. It's 90-84, 6-point lead here as Christian Fields will come in. Xavier Woodington back in as well. Brandon Joseph out. Darian Brown in. Marcus Thompson also back in. P.J. Escobar out. Second shot, sweet wide. It's good. 7-point lead now for the Alumni. 6:03 left to go. As Jared Embry to Woodington. As taking their time in the backcourt, which they shouldn't have done, as they need to hurry up and get it into the front court. Got to hurry, and that's 10 seconds for the 4th time today. 3 times in the first half. So 5:51 left after the turnover. Marcus Thompson goes strong and dishes off there. It's going to be so Christian Fields picks up the foul. So it should be 1-1, but they're not giving it 1-1 there. So Rob Martinez inside over to DQ Greer. Greer spins, gets through 3 players and puts it up and in. So DQ looking for another and one here, which would be his 3rd of the day. And good for Greer, who I think he has like 14 now. 10. As we'll get the score correct here in a second, 93-84. So Joe Jackson will pick up the foul. 15th foul on the Alumni. So Jared Embry here to inbound. 5:23 left to go, second half. 10-point game. And up, and the foul. This foul's on Marcus Thompson. No, it's going to be on Mike Brown as they'll switch it around here. And Jordan Embry hits the first of 2. Second shot coming. And will be short, and the rebound pulled down by Joe Jackson. So Joe Jackson, guarded by Jordan Embry. Get over to Mike Brown now. Guarded by Jared Embry. DQ on the baseline, all the way across Martinez. Martinez reverses, puts it up and in. Rob Martinez. So Saints basketball here. Saints trailing by 11. It's Christian Fields out. Metafield. And calls a timeout. And a timeout here. 4:54 left to go in this one. 96-85. Alumni lead. You're watching Saints basketball on the Olu Saints Network and KSAT.com. And welcome back. Monzon looking to inbound. It's off over to Jared Embry. DQ Greer on him. Puts up a shot over Greer. Can't get it to go. And the rebound pulled down by Joe Jackson. Up ahead over to Martinez. Rob Martinez was solid in on him. We'll bring it back. So they're slowing it down here. Over to Mike Brown. Brown stops, puts up the shot, and gets it to go. And back the other way. Metafield right to the basket. 11-point lead here for the Alumni. Up ahead, Joe Jackson. Jackson had a lane for a moment. Over to Mike Brown. Brown will be fouled. Count the basket. And they will hit the century mark here. 4:14 left to go in this one. And Darian Brown will check in for Joe Jackson. And it's Mike Brown at the line to shoot. Mike Brown with the free throw there. It's Mike Brown, one of the very memorable dunk at the national tournament in 2012 against Biola. Back around as Carlson, good. Over to Woodington, no good. Woodington in the lane, off the foot there, picked up by Martinez. Rob Martinez. Steps back, three over Monzon and gets it to go. And stolen away again. Back the other way, Darian Brown. Martinez, another three. No. And Brown tried to steal it from Good. Over to Minifield. 3.5 to go. Corner, Woodington. Back down, Good. Inside, Embry, hook shot, got it. As Martinez will bring the ball front court now. And a timeout is going to be called. 3:03 left to go in this one. 104-89 Alumni lead. You're watching Saints basketball on the Olu Saints Network, KSAT.com. And welcome back. 3:03 left to go in this one. Marcus Thompson. Tried to go there along the outside with Woodington. Kicks back out, ball tipped away by Minifield over to Monzon. Back to Minifield. Minifield goes up strong and gets Sweetwine. And Sweetwine will get a piece of it. And out of bounds, stays with the Saints. 26 shot clock. 2:47 to play. It's Carlson Good here to inbound. Over to Minifield from the corner, near side wing. It gets Thompson on him. And Marcus Thompson with the steal. Saints all-time leader in steals, gets another one there, puts it up and in. And also the owner of the NAIA record for steals in a game. So he had 13 against Paul Quinn. Back the other way, Monzon. Monzon goes, and he's going to be fouled by Mike Brown. And Monzon will go to the line to shoot two here. 2:19 left. First shot is good for Monzon. Second shot coming up here in a minute. So Marlon Williamson's coming in. As Stephon Trevino checked in. As Jared Embry is out. Darren Minifield is out. Second shot is good for Monzon. 15-point lead here. 2:15 left. Martinez. In the front court by Monzon, passes out over to Brown. Marcus Thompson. Marcus calling for some help. Gets over to Martinez. Rob, back away, puts up a three over Monzon, and no good. And the rebound pulled down by Marlon Williamson. Trevino up ahead to Williams. Gets by Mike Brown, goes straight at the basket, lays it up and in. Back to within 13. 145 left in this one. Marcus Thompson. Losing the dribble there, and 10 seconds. As Marcus forgetting about the clock there. So Saints basketball here. Trailing by 13. Carlson Good to inbound. As Victor Roper has checked in. As well as Tyler Guerin. Stolen there's Vance Montgomery. Over to Darian Brown. Brown looks around over to Mike Brown. Mike Brown inside. Goes up strong. No good. The rebound picked up by Guerin. Over to Trevino. Trevino inside there. Roper's fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. With 1:06 left to play this one. So Victor Roper at the line for two shots here. 6'9" freshman. Off the back iron, no good. Second shot coming up here.
Joe Jackson for Marcus Thompson.
Second shot, got it. $12-point lead here with a minute left. As Darian Brown tried to get into Mike Brown. And it's going to be Saints basketball, 55.4 left to play. So Guerin over to Trevino. Darian Brown on him. Stephon Trevino to Carlson Good. And Tyler Guerin. Inside, dishes off over to Victor Roper, puts it up and in. Darian Brown with the basketball. About a 6-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Brown guarded by Williams. Darian Brown, baseline, looks over. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Mike Brown goes at the basket and count the basket and the foul. One shot here for Mike Brown. And got it. 13-point lead. Good. Steps over, puts up a three. Long on it. Mike Brown with it. Up ahead to Mike Brown, who put it down at the buzzer. And that will do it. 111-96 the final here as the Alumni come away with the victory against 2019-2020 Saints. As a good one here, entertaining between the two. And that will do it, folks. As again, the Alumni come away with a victory here in this one. And I want to thank everybody for helping us out here. As Lena Wilson and Patience Oakfay, Mike Thompson saying so long, everybody. We'll see you next time.